Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Can you please introduce yourself and the organization or the company you're representing here?
Sure. So my name is Cameron Cross. I'm Australian at the invitation of the UN Action Campaign. I'm from a company called uBegin. We're an online innovation marketplace that helps people that are working on projects related to the SDGs work towards those common goals together internationally.
I will ask you to just raise your voice a little bit.
Sure.
Can you start over?
Okay. Okay. So my name is Cameron Cross. I'm an Australian. It's been an amazing experience to come over here at the invitation of the UN Action Campaign to present what we're doing with uBegin. uBegin is an online innovation marketplace that helps people that are working on projects work towards common goals around the world.
How does the company work exactly? Can you explain this for us?
Sure. So we have it's essentially a website that creates a place for all the different actors that are working towards these common goals to come together in a way that bridges those gaps where they're often isolated from each other. So we have government coming into the platform, we have citizens, we have entrepreneurs and innovators, local businesses and not-for-profits all being able to come together in this one place to collaborate on realising these goals.
And when you say goals, you mean the sustainable development
Sustainable
goals?
development goals. It is at the core of our platform.
And where do you work exactly? Around the world? Is it in one country? Where is your...
I'm based in San Francisco, but we have people in different parts of the world, and we are extending around the world through a network of community organisers. So we're really keen to connect with more community organisers.
Can you please give us an example of a recent project you implemented, maybe in the developing countries?
Okay.
Or one project you feel like it highlights the most your work?
There's definitely one project that's come through the community. So there's a focus on homelessness that's emerged in a very strong way. This was originated in Utah, in the US. They wanted to set up a project to address homelessness in their local area, and then they connected us to people in San Francisco, which connected us to the government in San Francisco, local government in San Francisco, who connected us to all the local service providers, and then they're starting to connect us nationally around the US, and so we have a whole bunch of different people influencing solutions in homelessness starting to work together towards those common goals within the platform.
What kind of solutions did you contribute in finding?
Sure, it's actually been really interesting for me to find out, because I'm not an expert in homelessness. I don't need to be an expert in homelessness. But one of the major things that's been highlighted, and this seems consistent across the board, is it's a housing first solution. So when housing is provided, then you can start to address the underlying causes, mental issues, mental challenges, employment, connection into community. All these things can start to be addressed once you get the housing done first. So there's all these interesting strategies that different municipalities are starting to develop to provide that housing first.
It's interesting you mentioned this project in the United States, because some people might think the sustainable development goals are more for the developing countries.
I agree. It's a funny thing, isn't it? Yeah, but we're all in this together. And the thing that excites me the most about this is that when we look at homelessness in the context of the US, and you go to everywhere else around the world, homelessness exists everywhere around the world. We have some similarities, but there are differences in the challenges that we face, and it's those differences that help us start to innovate and see ourselves in relation to other people in different geographic and socio-economic circumstances.
The Global Festival of Ideas brings people from more than 80 countries from all around the world.
It's amazing, isn't it? It's so cool.
So how was your interaction with people from different countries, different regions? What did you benefit from this? How was the exchange?
This has been a really amazing opportunity for us. We're positioned internationally, so no less. So my week is often filled with talking with people from different locations. But what's being brought together here is some very strong influences from different people, from different locations around the world. So straight away you get to have these really high-level discussions about how do we create large-scale impact in these different regions and connect them to other regions around the world so that we can start to share the commonalities and understand the differences.
I have to ask you about the famous game in the Global Festival of Ideas about the Sustainable Development Goals, the 2030 Hive Mind. Did you have a chance to play the game?
I've looked at it a little bit. Honestly, we've been so busy here. It's been constant people coming through. It's been amazing. But Tom, who works with us, he got to play around with it. We were talking about it this morning. It looks amazing. I was talking with Mitchell last night about it as well, and there's some amazing opportunities for that to be expanded out and simulate real life engagement around policy development. It's pretty impressive. This board over here is the visualization of the whole thing is pretty amazing.
See it later.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
That's a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was really interesting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.